Well, first chink in the armor here, Austin. 20 characters or less or more?
Oh, I think that's been in there for a while.
I thought it was 8.
I moved it up at some point.
Oh, okay.
I say a while. I mean, it's not like it's been in there for a year, but I'm pretty sure I bumped it up trying to get rid of some stuff. But I don't remember when I did that. How sure are we that we're live?
100%.
That's
Patrick
us.
just gave us the thumbs up.
Cool.
So we're all good. So welcome. This probably won't take long, mostly because this has gone a little bit smoother than at least I was thinking it was going to go. Really, we're just here to show the new Meatgistics, but troubleshoot anybody who's having any active problems. The only one that we were really aware of was some people, when you went to it for the first time, it would flash. Like it'd show for a second, then it'd go away. It was something with the cookies. For anyone who is having that problem, you can just go clear your cookies for just Meatgistics, and it will load perfectly fine the next time. You do have to log in again when you come back, but, you know, such is our modern day hell. Logging in. It's terrible. Austin has been very sick and out all week, so
I've not been good.
the fact that I was able to pull this off all single-handedly,
Yeah.
pretty amazing, in my mind at least.
John called me last night crying, please be here tomorrow. Don't make me do this by
I
myself.
actually did call him. I didn't say that, though.
He wasn't crying, though.
I said, I think we're going to be fine without you if you don't want to do the live stream, so.
No, I can't miss it. I don't sound great, but I feel a lot better than I have. I still don't feel good, but I don't know what it is. Like I know what it is. It's kids. Has something to do with kids. I never used to get sick until I had kids, but there's been something last 3 or 4 months. I was sick like this, kind of a little similar, like a couple months ago, and it's just so bad, body aches. That was like the worst of it. Like I'd be just sitting chilling on the couch and start to like thinking like, oh, you know, I'm feeling a little bit better, and then all of a sudden like my knee and my leg would just have like shooting pain going through it, and I'm like, what the heck?
Not fun.
I almost think it's like COVID, but I tested for COVID, was negative. But
What would you have done if you had been positive?
Nothing.
Right.
But just out of curiosity. But I think at this point, COVID's mutated so many times that the tests that we have probably don't pick it up anymore. But,
most likely.
yeah.
All right, so. Sorry, hold on. The big changes obviously are on the homepage. We've got those panels across the top. There's one for community, one for university, one for podcast, learning, which is the Walton's Learning Center, live stream, and blogs. So those are the same exact categories that have always been there. So there's no
live stream shouldn't be there, actually. That's a test category. You and I see that. No one else should.
They don't see that.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure we wanted that, right? We'll get your access
Well,
now.
click it and see. It won't let you go to it because that brings up what I was talking about right before we went live.
Yes, it
and
does.
talking about what we're doing with live streams and what we may do in the future. It's something we tried, kind of something in there, and never really finished it.
I mean, you say finish. I don't know that we ever even got very far down the path because I always did not like how it did it.
So do you have any issue telling people
No,
how
go
it
ahead.
is? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. So what we did, we had the NodeBB developers, the site that what our site runs off of. We had them write a custom plugin for us that basically turned off all the email notifications, reversed the default sort order of the chat, and did a couple other things. So basically, when we do live streams, we wanted to embed our video at like the first post, and people could reply and respond on it, and use like the chat inside of that topic and on the Meatgistics website as the chat for the live stream. didn't exactly work perfectly.
Or really kind of at all. But that's not even my big argument against using it. It's that we already got nailed by YouTube for when we were trying to do Rumble streams and co-streaming to Facebook. I mean,
Yeah.
if we the advantage to YouTube is that's where everybody is. Like we go live, they get notifications. Hey, Walton's just went live with a live stream. That is a huge boost that we're not going to recreate with social media or emails. So if we cut YouTube out, which I'm fine with.
We don't cut them out. We just we do multiple live streams. We simulcast. Is that what you would call it?
Should you refresh the page?
And
Yeah, is it red?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And make our main and default be a new, different platform, basically our own platform, and still simulcast it to YouTube, Facebook. I don't even know how Instagram works. Could we simulcast to Instagram live? No. Okay,
maybe.
But anything we could do there. But
the problem with that, though, we would have to dig up a bunch of the ways we used to do things that we don't do anymore. So I don't want to make any more changes. So
I love changes in this type of the world.
all right. So other changes, obviously, all of your what was at the top is now on the left combination of left hand and right hand side. Where we have multiple topics underneath something, for example, the topics section. If you click on that, it will then explode out and show you unread, recent, random, popular monthly, popular of all time, unsolved, and solved. Same thing goes with users. You click on that and you get groups, online users, latest users, and top posters. That both of those sides can normally be collapsed, but Austin removed it for question mark earlier. You removed the ability to collapse it.
Yeah, I don't know. We just need to talk about that and how it works. I was running into an issue because I wanted to expand by default so that people can see the navigation easier, see the labels that go along with the icons. And doing that as a default, I think we came up with something when we had the site in development, and I think I overrode it with something at some point because it was not on the dev site. And so when I went to redo it, like I couldn't really make it work right. And the defaulted to open, maybe because I'm logged in. Or, yeah, you're logged in. It remembers the last thing you had it on, but we'll see. It can come back. It's just if I don't remove it and just make it be that all the time, it's going to freak out on people, and people are going to try to collapse it, and it's going to open back up, and it's really going to frustrate people. Okay. I don't have another way at the moment, so I was like, for the time being, we're going to force it to be open because I want people to see the labels at least from the start, so that because that's in my opinion, one of the biggest changes to the site is just moving the navigation from the top to the side, or on mobile, moving it from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
Where the navigation menu is and kind of how that works is, it's a small change, but it is a big change to a lot of people.
Sure. Yeah. Anytime you move anything that people are used to going to, there's going to be a problem. I actually like it better on mobile with it being at the bottom. I think it's easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy with that one. In general, I've been really pleased with how this went. This was fairly easy for us. No last second problems like with BigCommerce and the emails.
The only glaring issue I forgot about, and I didn't put a proper switchover in for, which I remember messing with, and I don't know, I got sidetracked and never finished. Tex saw it and he complained about it.
This box thing,
the paginator box on the side, how it was like a light orange color, and it was really wide, and it looked really funky. That was because the paginator used to be in the top right of every page, and I hijacked the code, took it, transformed it, moved it, put them at the bottom, and in doing all that, it changed a lot of things. Well, I didn't take that code out or tweak it to only do it on that. So when it moved over, it was trying to do what it did before, but it couldn't really do it. So it changed some widths and changed some background colors and made it look all kinds of funky. So yeah, your little.
I didn't notice that. Like when he said, "What is this big tan box?" You must have already fixed it by then, or
I fixed
was
it
looking in the wrong
pretty
place.
fast.
Yeah, because I didn't see it. Okay, all right. So that's, and then in the bottom left-hand corners, there's also skins. You can choose between default, which is just the basic, journal, Cosmo, United. All of those are fairly similar, and then we have 3 dark memes you can choose from: Cyborg, Darkly, or the one that I will probably live in the most, which is Slate. I just like those colors. It's easy on the eyes. One thing I didn't check is it smart enough to follow me over to the app?
In theory,
It
as
is.
long as you're logged in.
Yep. Change the slate, and it changed it correctly. All right, excellent. Let's look at chat, see if anyone's having problems that we don't know of. Because at this point, as far as I'm aware of, we've addressed all the problems. So if anyone is having issues, we need to know about them. The blogs panel is active on my phone when I click it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I don't know why that would be an issue.
They might. I don't think they're saying it is.
Oh, okay. They're just saying it works.
Yeah.
YouTube is better because you can put chat on the right.
That's what I do on my phone. I flip it to the right, or I flip it horizontally, so that way I have chat and what you guys look like.
But then you have to do this.
Yeah, so it's propped up on a monitor in
Yeah,
front of
I
me
like
right
that.
now. But you don't get to respond as fast, I guess. But for me, it's like a confidence monitor. I can see what's going out live.
Well, that's interesting. It said Walton's live stream live now, but it showed. Yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that isn't bad. We would need, if we wanted to get rid of YouTube, we would need it to be able to do something like that on Meatgistics, and it's never going to.
Oh, you say never.
Not-
Now,
okay.
now I'm really
Not-
wanting to do
Not
it. 'Cause
never, but that'd be incredibly hard.
I don't know.
Would you be more or less likely to watch one of these if it lived only as a topic in Meatgistics? I'm going to say less. And then if we tried to do it simulcast, we're going to lose all the YouTube comments, which is where the majority of the people would be watching.
That's just because that's where we push people. Where we push people, that's where they'll go.
No, not all of them
Yeah.
for sure. I guarantee you there'd be a significant number of people, and probably not the people who are tuned in now because these are Meatgistics members, but like a significant portion of the people who join us for our monthly live streams are not Meatgistics people. They just like the live streams and...
Well, you could be a convenience of like they're going to be on YouTube no matter what. Maybe they happen to catch us, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just we make people go to like our /live page anyways to enter in like the giveaways and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just say, hey, you want to chat? That's where you got to go.
Yeah, but that still is their YouTube chat that they chat with.
Yeah, but it also poses a problem for people when they're on mobile and the chat doesn't show up. And so they're like there to enter the giveaway, but they can't do the chat unless they go to like view as desktop. And so people hop back and forth between the YouTube app and the site. But what if we built it all into the site?
This is how the majority of our conversations about things like this go, is Austin wanting to do it and me saying, no, I don't want to do
Tell me
this.
he can't do it, and now he really wants to. So.
It's going to probably come down to I'm going to build a like proof of concept and we'll try it and see what happens. Because I very much could be wrong.
Yeah.
But some of it I want to see what happens.
Okay.
So I also, to be honest, part of it is I don't trust YouTube, and
Yeah, it's fair. We don't do anything even remotely close enough to controversial to get us in trouble, though.
Listen, YouTube has provided me with countless of hours. It's the least I can do.
It is still the number one thing people do on the internet is YouTube by
It
a
could
large
be.
portion.
Well, because it's music too.
Whoa, what?
It's-
Yeah,
Listen to a lot of music on there.
Tons
Podcasts.
of music
you
on
get
YouTube.
podcasts on YouTube. movie clips, movie trailers.
I've hiring
Live
or
streams.
interviews going on right now for a position. Someone's leaving and I'm trying to replace them. One of the questions I always ask them is, for this job, you need to stay up on like the latest in, coding, technology.
Your
How do you do
favorite.
that? Every single one of them said YouTube videos. Every single one of them.
Oh yeah, go
They
on.
said
And
other
that's not
things
even
too,
the
but-
how-to portion of YouTube where it's just.
Yep.
It's the first and last thing you go for when you're asking. I don't know, your phone a question. I think.
I don't know. Does in people's stats and rankings and traffic results and stuff, like, are they taking into account people's app usage? Because
Sure.
there's apps I think people spend. So I just pulled up a list of like top websites. Google is number one, and I don't believe that for a second. Like, at least as far as like how much time someone spends on something.
Right.
Because you go to Google, you're there and then you're gone. There are probably more people visit Google than anything else by far. But how many people go to like Facebook and Instagram and just sit
Stay
there
on there.
and scroll or TikTok and
Yeah.
just watch videos forever, or YouTube? But I would bet, because YouTube's not the top video platform anymore.
It's a good point. It's like
Sorry, what is?
TikTok is. So you would think that there'd be another social media site or TikTok or something that is at least rivaling
It's
gonna
YouTube
get-
for time,
I think
if
they're
not beating
gonna
them.
bury themselves though, because it's never like the most interesting ones. It's like part 1, and then you're like, where's part 2, 3, and
You're talking about on
4?
TikTok and
just
stuff?
on any kind of it, and you never find it, and it's all like.
You
You look
can-
at the link and it's a tiny URL, so you immediately go like, oh, this guy's just making money on these clicks, and I feel like it's just going to collapse.
Yeah, you can see the excitement on my face that we're talking about TikTok again.
Well, I'm saying there's someone with 2 users, they're all excited, and then they go, and I don't know if you guys have realized, but if you're looking for energy drinks right here, use my coupon code. And it's just like, who are you? You're a nobody, dude,
Right.
and you got a 15% off code? Like, that's idiocracy to me. It's so funny.
JL says, Austin saying he removed the sidebar expand collapse because he couldn't hack the fix fast enough sounds a lot like me. We joke about this internally. Found bug, remove feature. Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes that's what you have to do.
He'll come back.
We-
This is also my first day back in since last week,
Yeah.
and so I'm having people come to my office and like talk and chat. And my dad and brother both came in at different points, and I'm just like, I'm looking at the screen like memorizing, where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, let's talk, and try to come back and go back to where I am. So yeah.
And then also, I haven't been able to talk to you for 4 days now, so I'm in there a lot just trying to get my fix.
I feel like you haven't been too bad today, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, interviews have kept me busy and out of your
yes.
office. So there you go. But no, William Daly says, I like YouTube for live streams because it's on Roku and I can watch it on the big screen. YouTube's better because you can split the chat on the right. And just in general, everyone is used to getting a YouTube notification on their phone, going, oh, okay, just click this and I'll go right there.
yeah, I might be wrong.
Okay.
I still want to pioneer the end of YouTube, and
I
do our
found
own
you on
thing.
YouTube as another person. So yeah, Stephen Winscott asked earlier if we'd gotten everyone's issues fixed. As far as I'm aware, yes. There shouldn't be anything that's big out there on Meatgistics right now. There's a couple of little things that we're going to work on, but nothing that is a major issue at this point. One of the things I want to get is a plugin that will allow us to put polls over here on the side of the homepage. So if you're on if you go to the Meatgistics homepage, we've got the 5 panels up at the top. Just below the right side of it, we have a video there. We'll change that from time to time. We just have this 15-second Walton's ad that we created. Underneath that is just most recent posts, regardless of what topic they're in. So it's not split out amongst topics. It's just posts. You can click read more, and it'll take you right to that post. But I also want to be able to put polls in there. Like, who is better, Austin or John?
Team Blue or Team Orange. That's the other thing that we're going to have on the skins. Tex seemed less than enthused about it, but I don't know. I'm super pumped for it. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to, I don't know when it's going to be because I got to figure out how to make it all work right, but we're going to have custom skins in there for Team Blue, Team Orange. So John can go through and make his site all blue and
Perfect.
ugly. and I can go through and make it all orange.
Oh, yeah.
Walton's logos plastered everywhere.
No, you can't add more of the Walton's logos.
I do whatever I want.
Why don't you tell them about what you did? The cheating.
I didn't cheat.
You
did
definitely
not
cheated.
cheat. Nope.
Austin had it where people who weren't already signed up for a team were getting a pop-up constantly saying,
No.
sign up for
Oh,
Team
come
Orange,
on.
sign up for Team Orange, sign up for... So out of just sheer frustration, tons of people went and signed up for Team Orange just
No.
to make them stop.
No.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
No, a pop-up was being shown at times, but it was a very, very, very minute amount of traffic. It was... yeah, I could go back and get the exact numbers if you want,
might
just to
need
prove
to
your
do
point
that, yep.
of how often it's showing up. The more intrusive thing I did, which was not cheating.
That wasn't even the bad thing.
New members of Meatgistics, sending out emails to them to basically say, "Hey, welcome to the community." About said the F word forum, but welcome to the community. Here's some things you can do, things to look for, and I put a thing in the middle that was like big orange background that said, "Now what? Join Team Orange." And so now it has been changed to basically the same thing, but instead of saying join Team Orange, it's like pick a side. Join Team Blue or Team Orange, just whichever one you want.
To be fair, he had been behind for, multiple years at this point.
Years? At this
Since
point?
we launched it. We took an early lead and never gave it up. So, whatever. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better.
I'm beating your pants off right now.
At some point,
You're
Tex and I will actually try and do something, and we'll take it back over. Good. Two questions I have for everybody. One, are there any other features you want to see on Meatgistics? Two, we're not going to be doing this very long, so chat something you want us to put on a quick flash sale, and we'll get something on a quick flash sale. Oh, I'm going to have to make all the coupons again. The person who's leaving me is the person who makes all the coupons.
I'm going to have to set up a, what do you call it? Like I did for the gift cards.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
It won't work, though. There's too many things.
No, we would have to pare it down, and
Yeah.
some of the options we just are most common.
Right, so like a 10% off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
We'll see.
I'm not going to complain if you make my job easier.
So it's making my job easier too. I'm up here on the live streams half the time, trying to do this similar things or wanting to do the same thing.
Usually what it is I try to make the coupons fail, and then you have to go in and actually make them. So I try to make them ahead of time. But
I had to do that a lot more on like previous two platforms. I don't hardly jack with anything on them.
not as much, because this one's so much easier than the previous two. It's not that we've gotten better at it. It's just that it's simpler now. So I don't really have anything else, and nobody's responding with any features they want to see or things that they want us to throw on sale. Right?
I don't have a whole lot else.
Okay.
We have a sale. No, today's Thursday.
You already missed it.
I was like, yeah, the Walton.
You already missed it. We started something new. It's Walton's Wednesdays. I posted this in the Meatgistics member special. It is the last Wednesday of every month. We're going to pick 2 to 4 items and put them on significant sales, like 20% off. And we'll post that in Meatgistics ahead of time so that you guys know. But yeah, just trying to find more things we can do for the Meatgistics community, because obviously we very much enjoy having you guys. So I like you more than Austin does, but whatever.
You can say whatever you want.
No, with this, the recent changeover and trying to find a replacement for Rachel, the last 2 weeks I've been on it, not anywhere near as much. So like yesterday and today I started getting back on it. I was like, yes, this is good. I was laying in bed last night going to sleep typing things. I'm like, it's been a while since.
I've been spending a lot more time on Meatgistics, but not the front end. Just tinkering with the back end and learning some different things I'm liking. I really like what is new out there and what they've done with more of the back end. They're changing how some of it works and how it communicated and dealing with like more people probably would understand if I say like API, what they were using before versus what they're going to now is like API, and that's using some of that is how I'm doing like the emails.
I'm sorry, did you say most people are going to understand API?
Over using other terminology. I'm trying to figure out how to use
how systems talk to each other.
How to describe it differently, but I don't know. I'm having fun tinkering with the new stuff that they have continued to put into the back end of things. And their new theme layout, how things look and the difference there. I'm really excited for what we can do and where we're going over the next year or so. And I'm probably going to waste too much time messing with stuff, but I enjoy messing with the back end of it.
Maybe this is the time, because it's like when Elon Musk went to Twitter, right? We got to see everything. How many burner accounts John really has that are actually Team Blue and they're fake. And then he hires these people when we go to these places. Oh, hey, Pop,
hey, what's going
look
on?
who it is. It's Papa Sop. I never thought I'd run into him.
Claps is back.
What? Refresh your page.
I don't want to.
No, you're on the dev site.
What Bob?
Oh, there you go.
Bob said something about referencing the map.
The map, I saw that. The map is an app and it's broken, or not an app, a plugin and it's broken. It wasn't working on the old one, so we took it down off that, and it doesn't work on the new one.
Something would be cool.
I would say that's something that will come back eventually.
Yeah,
maybe
they'll get it.
Yeah,
they'll get it fixed. But yeah, that's not something that we wrote. That's something that we use as a plugin. So unfortunately,
in a perfect world, visually, what would that look like on the home screen? Just like bottom right, like map as far as like population, location of Meatgistics users across the U.S. or.
I don't know. I mean, the map was where everybody is from.
Sure.
I don't know if we could do something outside of that. The main problem with we didn't uninstall the app. We just inactivated it. Because if we uninstalled it, we probably lost where everybody's from.
Oh, no. That's all stored
Okay.
in everybody's profile. You have a location field. And whatever you put in the location field is what it populates.
So maybe eventually we just do our own thing. Depending on how advanced this whoever we bring in is. I mean, I've been telling a few of them, because I've been showing them the website. So I'm like, Walton's is where we'll want like little tweaks to like where this shows. And like, but this is a commercial website. You know, there's not like a ton of, let's make changes to this. I'm like, but Meatgistics, on the other hand, like we do want some upgrades or some special features sometimes. JL again says join Mastodon.
I'm wondering.
It's not your.
I'm wondering.
It's not your group. Patrick's in love with this band Mastodon.
I'm seeing them this weekend.
It's not that.
Oklahoma
it's Mastodon. City. I think it was either a Reddit or a Twitter replacement. One of the two. I don't know.
Twitter replacement. It's like decentralized. Like everyone has their own server, but they all kind of work together. Yeah. But
imagine someone comes in the room like, "Hey, we're gonna have this social media network, and we're gonna call it Metallica." I'd go, "What?" That's how I feel every time I hear
That's
Mastodon.
Fair. Jerry, I found out I replugged in the Walton's chambered vacuum machine the next day, and it saves where it was. He was wanting to know. He's looking at replacing his his vacuum sealer, but obviously he's blind. He needs to know if he unplugs something, when he plugs it back in, is it going to stay on the same settings it was? I unplugged it quickly and then plugged it back in, and it saved. But you never know. Like maybe it has an internal power source that's saving those settings. But no, I plugged it in the next day, and it was set at the same stuff. So he also says a lot is visual on the site. Walton still has great service and products.
I didn't even think about
Neither
that.
did I.
I feel horrible. I should have looked at the site with a reader first to see what it would do.
What are you guys contemplating right now?
But Jerry's blind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he uses.
I'm sitting here like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, when you do a hover above, like on community and university and podcast learning and blogs, I think would that be when you can maybe have a I want to use the word audio here, but I don't know what to follow it up with. An audio cue, so to speak.
It's a reader.
Reader.
Like, so he puts or tabs, or like, hey, it's got to be a tab.
Software he already
and it
has.
will read like, you're in this field. This is
okay.
Yeah, and everything that's visual is supposed to have like alternative text in there, and it depends on how you lay out a site. Like, if the layout is good, it could work great on a reader, or you could have a site that is just, it looks okay, but the functional code behind it is just a mess, and it poorly put together, and the reader could not understand like any of it. I would assume that the NodeBB guys probably have things clean enough. It probably does a pretty good job. It just depends on, does it do like a perfect job? I don't know.
Yeah, I look for reader. What else would it be? Jerry, what else would they call it? Something like that. If there was a plugin that would help with that, let us know.
It's JAWS for Windows. That's what he said. It's JAWS.
Is that what he said?
It's called JAWS for Windows.
Okay. I thought you were making some weird joke about my favorite movie. I'm like, I don't.
So now you
get
feel
it.
how the Mastodon thing hit me. We're going
All right,
full
there's
circle.
no plugin specifically for JAWS on NodeBB, but I will make a note of that.
No, it's just like I think it's a program you install in your
Yeah, but
computer.
if there's a plugin that will make it work better with it,
Yeah,
no. Okay. Papa Sop says typically watch on YouTube because the chat is on the side. Like the new Meatgistics changes, so far so good. Now the Meatgistics is up and running. Great job. Any plans to move forward with an iOS app? So I don't know if you were on this one, John, or not, but couple live streams ago, we talked about our app actually got taken down from the Google Play Store, saying that we don't have an adequate way to monitor,
report content, block
content.
users, moderate, and which is just stupid because we
have all of those things.
and I just don't want to fight it because it's stupid Google.
So
I say stupid Google. I love Google, but at the same time, little things like that drive
and
me
hate.
absolutely
Sure.
nuts.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to fight it.
I mean, there's so many different. Google does so much that obviously there are going to be parts you love and hate about it. However, I will say this: Google Bard is useless
You don't like it?
compared to like either ChatGPT or Bing's. I see why they lost 8% of their company valuation when it came out, because it is way far behind those other ones.
So I like Bing's
Bing's is good.
version of ChatGPT. From everything I found, it looks like it's acceptable. So what I'm saying on a recorded deal, I'll have to make sure that it's legit. But went through the user groups on Meatgistics, like yearling, veteran, canning, sous vide, dry cured sausage, and needed group images for all those. So I just went to Bing's AI image creator and typed up descriptions and had it generate images
A bunch
for
of them.
it. It was
Yep.
fantastic.
Yep, Patrick and Justin are working on
If it could spell, it'd be awesome.
but it can't.
Like we get it right in the realm of exactly what you want it to, and then the words on it, it looks like a
Nonsense
or it looks
words.
like Kazakhstan or so, whatever language they're.
I think they do that on purpose.
Maybe because I don't. It seems like it's what they're doing is harder to than just use a regular alphabet. So.
But everything I could tell, it looked like it was fine for us to use and do stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't make any money off Meatgistics.
Yeah, it's not commercialized.
Yeah.
But
Whatever. We do
Also,
what we
yeah.
won't. Their warm-up band is Woolly Mammoth.
Yeah, I read that. Did it?
Is there a band called Woolly Mammoth?
No, he's just
Okay.
making.
I didn't know. Who knows?
He's
what all
just
he does.
making
All
prehistoric.
right, Sure Gel Blinder.
No, of course not. They're playing with Gojira. Why would Woolly Mammoth come into play?
Gojira. All right, Sure Gel Meat Binders going on sale because that was the first thing somebody asked for.
out of all the things you could ask for,
It's very inexpensive and it's about to be more inexpensive. Products, price lists. But one of the things that we talked about doing is you don't necessarily need to download the app through an app store. We can put it on either Meatgistics or Waltons.com in a certain place people would have to go to and be able to download it and install it. And that's not as simple as it is with the app store, but it is definitely doable. So yes, it is something that we will continue to look at. Most of the people I've been interviewing have some experience with web app creation. Really? Did Sure bump in price recently?
Probably. Everything keeps going up. It's ridiculous. This is not cool. I'm trying to charge my laptop because it's about to die.
Okay.
And my battery is like, I need to charge. So
Well,
it's
that makes
sucking
sense.
power out of my laptop.
Oh. Yeah, it did. It went up significantly.
Nice.
That used to be, I'm pretty sure it was $7.99 at one point.
No, it used to be lower than that.
$6.99?
All binders, that used to be like $3.99 a few years ago. Binders,
That was years
all binders
ago,
were
though.
like
Yeah.
$2.99, $3.99.
That was years ago. All right, it's usually or it's right now it's right now it's $9.99. I'm making it $7.49 till I remember to change it back. So that will be tomorrow at best. What was that?
I got a text message
Jeez, that happens every time you get a text message?
every time.
That sounds terrible.
It-
Absolutely terrible.
Dude, says the guy that like he leaves his desk and then like I'm listening to the theme to Patton over like 100 times in a row past 5 o'clock.
Well, that's because it goes off at 5 o'clock.
I know, but I'm just sitting there and like people are walking through. I go, he'll get to it. He'll get to it. And they look at me like I'm nuts. I go, it's a theme song to Patton. Oh man. See, in here, I had a question for you. Oh. Dude. Like, I wasn't fed up with it. I'm still not fed up with it yet. So,
because it's like inspiring.
but it's also like the perfect like duration, and there's like enough.
Now, if I have a complaint about this, is right there where it cuts off is where it gets really good.
See, I thought that's where it ended.
No,
And I was like, oh, that's
no,
like,
that's
what an
where
abrupt.
it like
It's like
pump.
it's like the ending to Pull Me
some
Under.
like brass instruments come in. It's really,
It's
good.
really. You didn't let him bring it home.
No, yeah, they cut it off before. Okay, all right. So I've got Sure Joe meat binder on sale. As far as I know, everyone's up. No problems. We've got a post on there for what to do if you're seeing that flash. Obviously, people will have to take the time to go to their cell phone or get on another way to be able to see that you have to clear your cookies.
Have we heard of that being a bigger issue?
One or two people on the post we had about the update brought it up, but that was it.
Okay. I haven't found anything further on it, so.
I don't think there's much else to do.
Remember, this is the start of the 24-hour power live stream with Walton's Hour 1.
It's absolutely not.
We'll
We're
be
about to.
checking
We're
it.
wrapping up. We're gonna go.
Oh, this isn't that?
We
My
are
bad.
doing our monthly live stream on Monday the 1st. I hate it when they come up on Mondays,
yeah, I don't
but
like that
it is
either.
what it is. We've got some pretty good sales for you this month. A pretty good giveaway. So we'll announce all of that on Monday. We'll pick a winner for last month's, and then we've got some other stuff that we'll draw winners for. We'll see you guys then.
Thanks, everybody.
Cool.